Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm not done making jam jokes, you guys. Oh, yesterday's video has me laughing so hard, and your responses have me laughing even harder. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about more stuff that's come out, more things to laugh at, and just the ridiculousness. You go from the actual royal family to selling jams. Yet here she is trying to jam this into our holes. I don't know. So many jam jokes, so many jam puns. Okay, let's talk about this. I'm Jen. Honk honk, everyone. In case you missed it, yesterday the most pretentious jams of all time made their ways onto our screens, and I had so many questions and so many jokes, and so did you all. So we're going to talk about that. I'm still stuck on this label. You know, the thing that bugs me the worst is that as soon as I hit upload on yesterday's video, I realized I forgot to say, remember when, we know, Catherine's still going through it, but when Catherine was we were at the height of the whole, where's Kate? It's so horrible and obnoxious. Okay. They piled on through sources saying she had a keen, freakish eye for detail and that it never would have happened to her. Is this your freakish eye for detail? Because you're always a wrinkled beige mess. And then here's your wrinkled beige mess jam. But let's take a look at some of my favorites of your comments, because you guys made some of the funniest points and I love them very much. I love all the comments I got on this video. Thank you for taking the time to write me. If yours isn't here, I still loved yours too. But let's take a look at some of the funniest comments I got and have some laughs. And then I want to show you another ridiculous story that's being put out about this jam. I mean, Mark points out that the label's falling off. Did Harry eat all the glue? That is a valid question, Mark, and well thought of. Yes, that's probably the case. You can't let that guy near the glue. She didn't even bother to put the flavor on the label, so who knows? It could be glue-flavored jam for all I know. Lisa asks, does pretentious jam come from pretentious berries? I'd love to grow some. That's a great question, Lisa. As soon as I read this, I cracked up and I started thinking, these snozberries taste like snozberries. And I asked Jay to give me a pretentious berry. He said, Harry is a dingleberry, which I love. So then this person points out, strawberry jam surrounded by lemons? Is that a premonition? Yeah, that's exactly my question as well. I get what she's doing. It's all meant to be like, look at me. These aren't grown in an orchard either, but still, look at me. No, it's so silly. And then I think she's trying to tie it back to that limonada thing, maybe. Who cares? I don't know. It's all so silly. And it's like it's all very contrived and for photographs and influencer bullshit. But seriously, with her history of not succeeding at anything and being a jackass, like I probably wouldn't put lemons all over my stuff. So Sarah points out what so many of us were saying, which is 17 out of 50. What, does she think it's like a painting and will increase in value? Why, yes, Sarah, I think that's exactly what it is. I think she thinks it makes it more bespoke or artesian or something like that. But also it's a reason for her to get, look at me with my calligraphy. It's not calligraphy. It's not. But you know what I'm saying? Look at my calligraphy. Remo Victorio points out that cloth top was one of her beige dresses in an earlier life. Oh, Remo Victoria, that's brilliant. That's another one of those things where as soon as I hit upload, I'm like, oh, I should have talked about the beige and the cloth. But yeah, I made a joke to Jay. It looks like she just took a Smucker's jam or something like that. Smuckers. And put some sort of like fabric piece over the top to hide the brand name. Brenda points out if she made 50 jars, then gave samples to family and friends, there are 50 jars still available. I love this one by Madbird that says she's just doing all this because she's jelly of Catherine. Yes, she is. And you're so funny with this. I love it. And Grumpy Crone says that the squad will say we're jelly of all that she's offering these wonderful high-class products. Yeah, that sounds right. Raylene, I'm still laughing about this one, says, jam it, Jen. Not the first time I've heard that. Jam it, Jen. You made more jam jokes this morning than she has in her life. She is a jam joke, Raylene. I've thought more about this jam in, however many hours I spent on these two videos than she has in this entire, project. And then Melanie points out with the label things in the 1 through 50, so pretentious. The label can't stay on, of course, and she numbered them to let all those influencers know how they rate from 1 to 50. That is brilliant. I didn't even think about that part. Who gets number 1? Not Has No Balls. She probably gave it to herself. A gift from me to me. Again, I'm joking because there's no way she had a hand in making these things. Dallas chick had such a good point and said the jars have clearly not been opened, so how would they know how it tastes? That is such a good point, a Dallas chick, because you have her influencer friends posting, oh, I can't wait to eat for breakfast, lunch, all that stuff. Yeah, that's such a good point. I don't know. How do they know what flavor it is? It's not on the label. I don't know. Then we have Monica, who wins the internet because she wrote, frankly, my Instagram-loving bee wife, I don't give a jam. You guys are so clever. I could not stop laughing. And I'm sure I'm already getting so many more funny comments. So if I missed yours, apologies. I've laughed and loved each one of your responses to this nonsense. Thank you for the laughs. And speaking of laughs, shall we get into some nonsense that her people are now spreading around? See what I did there? About this jam. Right, this is courtesy of Daily Mail. Meghan Markle likely made the 50 jars of jam she sent to friends, really, with her own hand. Oh, no thanks. With her own hands, using ingredients from Montecito. Is that a thing? Are they known for having ingredients? I know it's supposed to be a beautiful place, but why do we need that detail? All right. So she can call it, again, like local, artisanal, and charge $1,000 a jar for it as part of a very soft focus launch of American Riviera Orchard, an attempt to highlight the brand rather than herself. Can we spend about 14 hours talking about that? This is not that's not what happened. The whole thing highlights herself. Come on, this screams Meghan. It's pretentious. It's annoying. It's not functional. It's just for clicks. There's no depth to it. It's beige. It's wrinkled and messy. I mean, I could keep going. It ranks itself, right, with these stupid numbers. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's expensive, I'm sure. You know, these are all Meghan traits. She has her stupid, whatever, non-calligraphy on the bottle. So she couldn't make it more about herself. I go back to the beige. Everything is beige. You know, when this idiotic project launched, they said at the time, they put out something that said, like, it's what matters most to Meghan. And all it was a blurry video of herself. Of course, that's all that matters to Meghan. She wouldn't dare have, I don't know, kids, spouse, that idiot she's married to, anything like that. It's all Meghan. Same with the jar. It's all Meghan. There's nothing to it. It's just annoying. That's Meghan. And pretentious. But, yeah, so this story is BS because it absolutely is all about Meghan. It's just so bizarre because in this puff piece, they call it a personal present. Okay, it's not personal, though. She's acting like this is a whole new idea that's just hers to jar things, to make jam or to can things. People have always been doing this. This is a thing that is done. It's just so silly. But then it goes on to say she sent friends a limited edition jar. Limited edition jar, okay. Like it's art. Like you guys said, it's art. It's collectible, according to her. Ahead of the formal launch. Will that happen later this spring? We're in spring. What are we talking about? What is she waiting for? Somebody from the royal family's birthday to pop up? For Catherine, Princess of Wales, to come back? She just loves to, I don't know, try to spoil everything for everybody. But speaking of spoiled, let's go back to the jam. She sent it to Tracy Robbins. If that name sounds familiar, that's the one that the lady that was in the picture, she's the wife of the Paramount guy, right? And the picture's from Jamaica, as well as that Delphina, the wife of Nacho. Then the BS continues and says that the jam, quote, will have most likely been sourced in Montecito and produced by Meghan by hand to make them feel special and thought of. That is such BS. The only person Meghan thinks of is herself. And when she's not thinking of herself, which is all the time, she's obsessed with trying to take down Catherine, Princess of Wales. So no, slapping your label on an idiotic product, a jar of jam with no information on it, including flavor, I'm stuck on that. That doesn't mean that you're thought of. They're reading way too much into this. I don't know. Miss me with this bullshit. That's all I have to say with that. Thank you guys for being here. It's just so over the top. Yeah, as they continue to speaking of Harry, no, as they continue to do dumb things, I'll talk about it. And we will get back to that Lady C book. It's just when they do dumb stuff, I like to talk about it as they're doing it. So we'll get back into the Lady C book. Thank you guys so much for being here, for all of your support. I'm dying to know your thoughts. Which was your favorite comment? Do you have any other jam puns you'd like to leave for us? Somebody pointed out that I'm on a jelly roll. Thank you for that. It's just so silly, this whole thing. I'm still stuck on Smuckers. S-M-U-G, Smuckers. I think that works pretty well for the name too, but she doesn't have a sense of humor, I don't believe, so I don't think there'd be any fun or any puns to be had. I don't think she'd get it. Thank you guys for everything. I truly hope you have the best day, and I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Take care. Bye-bye.